Now I call upon our last contestant, B017, Balaji Jayashree of 9th Standard from National Model School. Thank you.
A very pleasant day to one and all present here. My name is Jayashree, and today I am going to talk about the topic school education today and tomorrow. You know, when I first heard of this topic, I went and spoke to my grandfather, and I'm feeling really shocked. He said that in his time, education was in such a way that they were taught by a real life person, and they went to a school and sat in a classroom. I cannot even picturize it. How can a person know enough to teach other children? Well, as I can see on your faces, you are obviously confused by what I just said. But don't you see, this is how I would be speaking if I were to be born 50 years later, when technology has soared to extreme heights and the social norms of today are no longer followed. Why, with those extreme technology in our hands, we wouldn't need to go to school, sit in a classroom and be taught by a teacher. Why, students might even be taught by robotic teachers in the future. Well, in my opinion, I feel that this futuristic idea of education will definitely have numerous advantages. Firstly, every student can be attended to individually, and therefore competition and resultant pressure between the students will be reduced. I'm very sure that we all understand how the stress to do better than our peers has become the top feature of our daily lives. In the present day, it is evident that getting good grades has become more important than understanding the concept well. Well, all of you, suppose that you are a high school student or you're studying in college and a magic fairy comes and offers you the following choice. The first choice is you will understand the concept perfectly, but you'll get a very low grade, that is a D. Or option 2, you will not understand the concept at all, but you'll get a very high grade, that is an A. Which would you choose? Please be honest. I'm very sure that almost all the students will unhesitatingly choose option 2. We students, we are rational beings. We know that school today is pressingly about grades, not about understanding. If we need to know the concept on our own, we can learn it by ourselves in a far more efficient manner than we do at school. On the other hand, we can never erase that awful D from our record. Choosing option 1 would be pure stupidity, and we all know it. Schools today, they seem to be for showing off, not for learning. When a student is enrolled in the school, they are enrolled into a never-ending series of contests. Who is the best, who can get the highest grades, who gets into the best colleges, and so on. And these grades, they're not only seen as the measure of the students themselves, but also as that of the parents. I'm sure all parents find ways to brag about their children to friends and relatives, do they not? All this really has nothing to do with learning, and we all know it. We rarely even bother to think what we're actually learning in school. We only care about the grades. One thing that we do know about learning is that it is inhibited by the kinds of pressure used in schools to motivate performance. Many psychological experiments have shown that contests and evaluations of all sorts lead to those who already know how to perform a task well to perform it even better than they otherwise would. But it has the opposite effect on those who do not know it so well. Therefore, it can be said that showing off is facilitated by contests and evaluations. And yet, in our constant attempt to supposedly increase learning in schools, we keep raising the pressure and then wonder why it doesn't work. So when this competitive environment in schools is eliminated, it will provide a better opportunity for students to shine in their school environment. Interaction between student and teachers becomes pretty much one-to-one, and this will provide those low scorers who are always overlooked in today's education system to be given undivided attention, and they can be taught in the way that they will understand. But however, talking about this advantage, it has a downside as well. When you eliminate the competitive environment in schools, it also eliminates the social contact with other students of the same age. And this will ultimately lead to the stunting of the students' social and communication skills. Classrooms, they provide a common environment where all students can learn to interact with each other and tolerate their differences, recognize their own weaknesses, and also respect other people's strengths. When we take this away, we take away the students' ability to cooperate within a group, and that isn't what education should result in. Education should be given the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your confidence, as Robert Frost has so eloquently said. But having said that, giving good relationship skills is not the only objective of education today. Students must be taught in schools what to think, not how to think. and in what way to think. Not exactly this is what you should think and this is what you should do and all that. And I believe that every student is born as an artist. Remaining artist is a difficult way. We don't grow into creativity, rather we grow out of it, or we're educated out of it. And as schools today put an ever-increasing emphasis on perfect grades and impeccable discipline, honestly, it all gets a bit stifling. So, having seen all these points about and all this pondering about education in schools today, it can be said that school education today is an intermixture of positives and negatives. Therefore, I believe that it was at most importance that we have to design future education system in such a way that it keeps the existing positive aspects and yet finds a way to remove the negative aspects so as to provide each and every child with the unparalleled education they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you.